Hi, it's me, Ingrid P, and I'm recording from my the webcam on my computer, so the quality is pretty shitty. Yeah, my phone died, so it looks like a horror. Like the screen, I turn on the screen, and then the only thing that pops up is this. And if I like touch the screen, sometimes it goes like really weird. I don't know. It's just dead. It cracked like right through here. So yeah, um, at the moment I feel like just replacing the screen and not buying a new phone, even though buying a new phone wouldn't be much more expensive. At least if I get a bad model. I could get the old model that I have, but it's like I don't really want to change. Like if I'm going to have the same model of phone, I'd rather would just keep the old one. So anyway, yeah, I had a tough day today. Yeah, I'm doing a leadership course, and that's already awful on its own. But yeah, I'm on my period, and I'm having a migraine, and I had to turn on the light so that I could film. But at the same time, I feel like I can't not film because it's something that usually makes me feel better. So that's why I'm doing this with my eyes half closed. Um, yeah, and I had a meltdown during my leadership course, which really sucked. And I did sleep well last night because my phone whole situation was stressing me out. I got my small little um, my my little Huawei Honor that has like 0 GB left on it. So I have like 0 apps, like literally, literally all I have is like Facebook Messenger, and yeah, that's it. I can't really take photos. I can't. So what I can do though is that I can listen to YouTube, and that at least has saved my life a little bit. Um, Also, I keep thinking, am I like addicted to my phone? But it's also pretty important for me. And so this leadership course has been going great, and everybody's really nice, and it wasn't that difficult. We had to do a personality test kind of thing. The IDI, I've done a video about this like 3 years ago or something when my workplace made me do it, but this time it was worse. Um, and it started making me question a lot of things about how I present myself to other people, because it's a test that basically other people decide about your personality rather than you deciding what your personality is. Because it's not really a personality test, it's a behavior leadership test, like what kind of role you fulfill at work kind of thing. And they put me like as the most extreme, basically autistic um, corner, you could say. Not that there's any place on the IDI scale that is autistic, but they kind of put me in the least driven and the least affiliative. And affiliation is like interest in relationships and stuff, and having low on affiliation is like basically you're only interested in things, in objects. Um, and there was a huge discrepancy into what I thought and what other people thought about me. And by other people, I gave this test to 5 people, only 3 answered. And the three people I've answered are the people who know about my autism diagnosis, and it's my boss, my new supervisor, and my ESFJ and nursing assistant colleague. And I don't know if them knowing about my autism has influenced their perceptions of me, or if that's the way that I am. And if I haven't been masking well this whole time because everybody's like, oh, you're not interested in people at all. Yeah, so there's all that. And then they said that there was not going to be any role playing, which is true, because I said that I was worried about war. At the beginning, we were supposed to say like what our hopes for the course were and what our fears about the course were. And one of my fears was that role playing was coming up. And they were like, oh, no, there won't be any role playing. And there wasn't any role playing. However, it wasn't role playing because you were supposed to do a conversation task about your own life, which was even worse somehow. Even worse somehow than doing it as a fictional person, you know? And so as she was explaining this, I just started crying, and I felt I couldn't do this, and I couldn't leave because we were in a big group. And so in the end, I left for the bathroom, and I just started crying. And then I got out of the bathroom finally, and everybody had already started in their groups doing their work. And the course leader came up to me and like asked me how things were going, and I said that I was having a bad day, which is true. I didn't know I was having my period though, but I knew that it seemed like that was coming, and also I hadn't slept and my phone is broken. And I told her that this is difficult for me, and she just told me to go outside. So I went outside, and outside there was this, it's like this town in the middle of nowhere that also, like, I had to take the bus really early this morning, so that also tires me out. And today we had to stay until 6 p.m. because we were going to meet one of the leaders in my region. And so, yeah, I knew that I would have to keep up until 6. So I got to leave the building, go into the forest. And it was a really nice forest. I was crying still, I had an hour before everybody had to reconvene again. So I went, and it was weird because it was a little ski slope in the middle of the forest. So I sat there at the top of the ski slope and just looked down at, there was like a lake. And I sat to calm down. There was nobody around. There was this woman who was walking her dog, but yeah, and I just started bawling my eyes out in the forest. And I felt better afterwards, but I also felt extremely, even more tired, if that was even possible. And then I went back in and, I came back in too early, so she said, you can just hang around if you want. In the end, I ended up joining my group and actually doing the exercise. However, I did it as I was the coach and I wasn't the person being coached, because I felt I couldn't do the person being coached role at the moment. Because I feel like I'm always in that position in therapy and such, as like I have to get better, I have to work out my problems and such. I felt I couldn't do that, with people that I barely know, but also people who are colleagues, like people that I could be working with in the future. I ended up embarrassing myself anyway by crying. But a lot of people didn't see because like we were kind of in small tables, so my back was turned to most people. Um, but some people across the room saw me, so it must have been kind of obvious. And also I left, like people saw me leave the building. Maybe they thought that I was just having like an important phone call or something. But so yeah, and so now, and then also I knew that either I would have to take the bus ride home, which is way longer and a long wait as well, and not very comfortable because there are a lot of people on the way back with the bus. It's an hour bus ride from my town. Or I could take a car ride with one of my colleagues, or he's like a distant colleague, I've seen him a few times. But he's like a huge extrovert. And yeah, I felt like I needed to conserve my energy in order to get back home in his car. And yeah, so now I came back home and I've taken an ibuprofen and I've kind of turned down the lights over there. I drank some water and checked my emails and such. I feel like I can't take another extra thing, And it's like I had so many plans, and now, I was doing well. And that's the thing is that when I'm doing well, I try to do too many things at the same time, and that's when something like my phone falling on the floor in the bathroom happens, Because I was actually trying to be good. I was trying to be good and actually, like, I wanted to take a shower before work, but like, I'm never trying that out again. Because, I don't know how, those of you who haven't seen my channel for a while, I mean, those of you who have been here since the beginning, I did almost burn my house down. And it was in a period where I was almost like feeling happy, And it makes you scared of feeling happy when any day you feel happy, you start doing too many things. And too many things is like not even a lot. And by doing too many things, or just the regular amount of things, suddenly you start doing something stupid. And so I left my pasta on the oven top, on the stove, and burnt the pasta. Somehow I forgot the pasta on the stove, and then I went down into the washing room, like the laundry room that we have in my building. And then my neighbor actually wrote to me like, the fire alarm is going. And yeah, I ran back upstairs and it was blaring and everything was destroyed. Or not like, it wasn't in flames, but everything was smoke. And I managed to save all of my belongings, but everything smelled like smoke and I was feeling terrible with like, my eyes were itching and my nose was itching for months afterwards. And yeah, I feel that way about my phone. My phone is less of an important thing, I guess, but it's more of an expensive thing in a way. And it didn't need to happen, but it happened because I was trying to do the good things to be normal, just be functional for once in my life. And then I end up like being even more crazy, dysfunctional, and crashing. And I don't know, I have another day tomorrow where I also have to wake up early and do this. And apparently, the course leader did warn me about like tomorrow we're going to be talking about feedback. So just so you know, we're going to be doing one of these things again. And I was like, I don't know how I'll react tomorrow. And she was like, yeah, but she said, I'm just warning you so that you know. She's really nice. And I'm glad that she was okay with me like leaving for a while and just calming down. But yeah, it's kind of a sucky day. Um, and then on Saturday, I was supposed to like, I wanted to try out a new course because it's a tryout day kind of thing. But instead, I have to go to the phone place and get a new screen for my phone. And I can't pay for anything without my phone. Like, I need to get the app like on my computer somehow, and I don't know how to do that really. And it's just so much extra work. And yeah, I had an app on my phone so that my company and my work could pay for my bus tickets, and now I have to pay a lot for bus tickets. Like it's $7 one way to go to this place where I'm going to, so it's like that's why I'm also going in the car with this colleague of mine instead. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot of money, but it just everything is just too much. And like, and also next Monday I'm going to go back to the gynecology and work on my own without the doctors around me to help me. And I don't know if I'll be rested enough by Monday to manage a whole week. And also my boss has realized that I have to do 2 sit-ins, like 2 examinations of me before March. And I'm only at my working place every Wednesday. So that means I'm there only 4 times until March. And on 2 of those 4 days where I'm back at my workplace, I'm supposed to have an examination on how I do things, which for me is one of the worst things ever. So yeah, that also sucks. So yeah, my life is not doing so well right now. I hope that this video comes out okay. That it's not too bad of a quality, but the sound is okay as well. I need to sleep, but my head hurts too much to sleep. So we're just going to have to deal with this. I hope I feel better tomorrow. So yeah, have a good day, everybody. Bye.